What's up everybody, Frank Valkyria. Welcome to the channel. Today we're doing a different kind of videos. Today with Forrest and Lime from Arias, my good buddies. We're doing more videos together, so expect this type of format. And if you don't expect it and you don't want it, okay, fine. But sorry. And we have to do this because we like this type of stuff. We are all nerds here. And like many of you, we believe that we are not alone. And look at this. This is a news that actually already came a couple of days ago. And we just want to go through it for a moment with you and discuss the implication. So if you haven't heard, this former Israeli space security chief made a surprising revelation by claiming that the United States and Israel are in contact with extraterrestrial from a galactic federation.
Galactic Federation. But the first question that comes in my mind, this former Israeli space security chief, it's a space security chief.
Does he smoke?
No, I mean, is he like somebody who's really like, how you say, can you trust what this person says? Because there could be a lot of speculation, there can be some they research some attention for themselves. It would be very interesting to know the backstory of the guy who said that.
If he's selling a book. If he's selling a book now.
You know.
But anyway, here says, in an interview with the local Israeli newspaper, Yedot Haronot, sorry, Haim Heshed, sorry if I mispronounce, 87-year-old, the unidentified flying object have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. Wow. The parts of the interview that was aired on Friday was published in the English daily Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. The retired officer further claimed that the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. Fucking hell, this sounds too good to be true. I don't know what kind of TV series this guy has watched, but
Star Trek.
I'm like, in my heart, I'm like, duh, finally, you know what I mean? I'm like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for the past, I don't know,
yeah, because if you talk about like the famous like probability like thing, then there is so many stars and every star has planets and every star has the golden zone where the planet can have the same condition as Earth. Then you do have a lot of possibilities. Then there will be other forms of life. The only problem I can see, I'm always researching this, never study anything, you know, but I'm always researching for myself. And they say that it's impossible to cover certain distances in the universe. Also, according to the theory, then the universe is always expanding. So basically, it's like I want to come from this point to this point, but it's like I will always run at the same speed and always be there.
That seems to be the case at the furthest area of the universe, where the universe basically, theoretically, I don't know, probably Neil deGrasse Tyson knows this better than we do, but apparently seems like that the universe is expanding, and at the furthest reach, basically the universe is expanding faster than the light can come to us.
Exactly.
So basically, like that's we will never see the light coming from those areas. So we don't even know actually how big this.
So you need to be faster, way faster than the speed of light, to basically like if this theory is right, because there are thousands of theories.
The issue is not even this, because it's already distances are already gigantic within our galaxy.
Already to Proxima Centauri, which is the next star, is already like so far away. Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, 100,000 light years or something like that. So
I don't remember the number.
Crazy 100 million light years. 100,000 light years is the distance from one place to another of the two, arms, branches of our galaxy. So it's already like an impossible to think about that. But
I think about one light here, it means that you have to go at the speed of light
for a year,
a full year to cover just a little fraction of the distance.
Nothing. Actually, so like we were talking before off camera, the fact that the everything that we have transmitted through radio and TV since the beginning of when we started to broadcast, And I don't remember exactly, but I saw this graphic that showed in our galaxy where actually those signals arrived, right? And it's ridiculous because it didn't cover anything yet. You know what I mean? Like the distance is so little that it's actually also no wonder that if there is somebody that it's actually just like another 2/3 of the distance, you know, waiting, is gonna take another 40 years or 70 years to get there, you know, and it's still like it's just in our neighborhood. But anyway, let's focus on this also here because I was curious. I saw Trump, and he says he said that the U.S. president is also aware of it, Ashed, who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Well, this is big, man, because the space security program. So that means that this guy it's been in charge of, you know, and an official on this for 30 years. So all the intelligence.
This is the dude who made this information out.
Yeah.
So he's a big dude. Okay.
So this means that this guy has been in charge and has probably had some kind of clearance. I don't know. We're just speculating here, but we are passionate about those stuff. So I think that when those things come out, I always ask myself why. But then I also think, like, from a human point of view, very quickly, that those dudes, like this guy is 87, 86, whatever he was. So he's basically a man that feels like probably is heading towards his sunset, you know, in life. And a lot of people, they just want to talk about it.
Yeah, they don't want to keep secrets anymore. They don't have nothing to fear anymore from not hiding this information.
The most high profile case of this is Edgar Mitchell. You know Edgar Mitchell, which was the last person to walk on the moon with the Apollo program, right? The famous astronaut. And a lot of people nowadays, they sort of mock him because they think, he's just an old man, he lost his mind, so to speak, blah, 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 blah. But he's been also talking about this for a long time, you know, about alien visitations, alien possibilities. And he was part of NASA, you know what I mean? And he was the astronaut actually being on the freaking moon.
It's almost like the same, like the Area 51. If somebody comes out in the Area 51 and say, I know what happens because I worked there. Then he comes out, then the guy was cleaning the toilets. Or maybe wasn't any like guy who has, I say, like access to secret information. Then his information are not valid. But somebody who was the chief of the space program, I guess it's a good like source, you know.
Yeah,
it's
Space
kind of
Security Program for 30 years said that the Galactic Federation of Aliens and their cooperation with the US includes a secret underground base on Mars.
So Scientology is right.
Mother of God! Christmas is coming early. This is the best Christmas present ever. God damn it. God damn it. My man, if you are 10% right, 10% right, I better contain my enthusiasm. This sounds fucking great. Then it makes sense why Elon Musk wants to go on Mars. Colonizing Mars. Probably Elon Musk, mega villain, second richest man on the planet now because the shares of Tesla are going through this, you know, through the roof. And he literally wants to go through the roof with his rockets, sending stuff outer space. But by the way, we are a fan. Elon, you want to give us a call? I know that we are still a small YouTuber. Probably we have to get to 1 million or 10 million, like more like PewDiePie.
You can also give us a call and like offend us. You know, we like you so much. We're not gonna take it personally. Do whatever you want.
Yes, exactly.
Talk shit about our beards, you know, our accent.
But we love this type of stuff. We love this type of stuff because humanly, I always thought, you know, I'm a great lover of science and space. And even though I'm just an artist, I'm just a sing-songwriter, whatever, like, you know, the guys here. But we have this love for everything that it's out there, you know, from great people like, we have great love for Carl Sagan. Everything that we can put our hands on in terms of those things, we just take it in.
Just sponges for this information, man. And let's talk also about the things then I saw before, like researching the things then were like more unbelievable for me was this incident with the Belgium aeronautics.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who was the guy, but it was also a high officer, chief officer.
I think it was the general of the.
We can actually find the video.
Yeah.
I mean, still nowadays, at least they didn't upload it. And this guy basically said, then they find out this unidentified flying object.
Hold that thought, and we get there, because I want to finish to read this thing that says that Trump. Yeah, the guy said that the president knows this. Trump was on the verge of revealing aliens' existence, but the aliens in the Galactic Federation are saying, wait, let people come down first. They don't want to start mass hysteria. They want to first make us sane and understanding. Wow. They've been waiting for humanity. Look at this. They've been waiting. This sounds like too good to be true. They have been waiting for humanity to evolve and reach a state where we will generally understand what space and spaceships are, said Heshed, according to Jewish press quoted in the report.
I think you will never be ready for it.
Well, imagine what happened if nowadays you have a sure like news alien exists. Imagine the world is gonna
stop. It's
gonna get upside down.
It's gonna
it
stop.
Makes sense what they say.
I mean, I'm sure we are not alone. There's a lot of people like us. We're just, three kids, grown kids, from, the south of Italy. And we have grown like you under the influence of American blockbusters and movies and whatnot. So, of course, there is also that plays into it. But also that we've grown through a beautiful 70 years of science advancement that were never there to our knowledge. So we're blessed with the with the Apollo program in our history, that it's an heritage for humanity, and all the things that we're discovering more and more nowadays. So as a human being, as a person, I'm sure that we are not alone in knowing that so many people believe in this and they are ready. So many people, they're just wondering all the time, because like Carl Sagan said, the famous astrophysicist, he said, like, there's really, I'm just paraphrasing him, but there are billions of stars. There are like probably billions of galaxies, millions or billions of galaxies with billions, if not trillions of planets. And we just don't know. We don't even know where it goes, how big it is, if it's truly infinite. But already we know all of this, and it would be an awful waste of space if we were the only ones. You know what I mean? I always loved the quote, like it would be just, and to me, it made always sense that life has to exist to any degree in the galaxy and in any other galaxy, because it's it's impossible that this stuff is just there empty.
That's another thing I always think. Like, I based my knowledge on like what you have on planet Earth. So you have places on planet Earth which go like minus, I don't know, 80 degrees, and places where are super hot in volcanoes, and you still have life in there. Okay, put a guy over there, like a naked human being with no protection and stuff, you're gonna be done. But in every little place, even in the deepest oceans and everywhere, life finds a way to exist. So if you have basically, instead of oxygen, I don't know, you have hydrogen somewhere else, there will be like hydrogen life being based. So it's possible.
You mean like the life might not be like carbon based?
Yes.
Like it is like it is here, that there could, that's also true.
There could be elements that we don't know, we don't have here,
There could be like this is also theoretical science, like I hope Neil deGrasse Tyson is watching this and he can help us out. Science says that most likely, life is carbon based. It's like the same way physics works here is probably going to work, works on Mars, works on, like in the furthest reaches of our galaxy, most likely also in other galaxies.
This is based on what we know here.
Yeah, that we know, but there's also a possibility that perhaps in other reaches, in other areas of the universe, there might be like law of physics works different, and also therefore also the way chemistry combines, biology combines, and perhaps maybe we're still speculating here that life can be based on other things.
Carbon based. Of course.
We don't know.
Everything is possible because I mean the only experience we have is on planet Earth. It's like, I don't know, you have this much, of possibility. We only know this little like.
Yeah, it's like the analogy that somebody did. I don't know who said that regarding that the skeptics, regarding life in the universe, and it's like basically you basing your search looking at, like, if you take a spoon of water from the ocean, and you look in the spoon and you don't see no life, no fish.
Okay, there is none.
And then you tell yourself, like, okay, then there must not be. There probably there's no life, and there's the whole ocean. Like
how many spoons?
That it's full of life, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're just looking through our little keyholes, and they're like, yes, nobody was here. Must be nobody out there. And to me, when I read this, I know it sounds like science fiction, and I wrote some, like I write this type of stuff, so like I love it.
He's a writer, don't trust him.
So, but to me, it makes complete sense. I mean, if those guys, they'll show up tomorrow, they interview them. It's like, hey, we've been here like for a couple 100 years, just looking over you, and it makes complete sense because we are dumb, we are stupid. We are still arguing over religion. We are still arguing over facts that happened who knows how many thousand years ago that we have absolutely no idea how it truly went on. And we're just believing people that wrote it on a piece of stone or a piece of paper. We're still arguing over those differences. We still call each other colors. I mean, we are Homo sapiens sapiens, and we are one species. We are still bickering. We are still arguing with one another that we don't realize that we're just one thing. Like this humanity that is still fractured because of our history, because of all the damage that we have done through the supremacies of past, ethnicities that they have, enslaved and punished and all that kind of stuff, creating wars and fighting against each other until yesterday, basically. Still happening today, Yeah. So no wonder, no freaking
but at
wonder.
Least way less than before. We are getting better.
Well, at least in the Western society, we have no idea what's going on in other places, remote areas or whatever.
I think about before it was all like this. So,
man,
it's kind of already kind of better. We're still far from achieving a decent result, but
it's nuts that Vietnam was in the 70s, when you think about it, or like even recent war like Rwanda, those type of stuff that you go like, what is man thinking? Like, what is man, like the masculine man? What are we thinking? Why are we doing this? That there is like leader doing this, arguing against each other, fighting, and no wonder if there is like a species that has been able to conquer space travel. They know how to bend the space continuum, whatever, that they know how to shorten the distance with whatever knowledge, and they got all the way here. They're curious about life. They're looking at us. Probably they're like, they probably look upon us the same way we are like curious about other mammals when they're mating. Like, yes, okay, so this is the ritual of war. They do because they're fucking dumb, and they need to kill each other in order to establish authority that otherwise they feel they don't have, and the only way they know to express that is to slaughter each other, and then the remaining part will rule until another faction will come up to oppose the ruling faction. Okay, they're looking at us like this. Okay, let's wait another 200 years. No fucking wonder,
Sometimes I think to myself, when I think about this thing, like, what if we are the only species in the universe which has this destroying each other? The most aggressive species in the universe, maybe us, maybe for other, if they really exist or whatever, for other like civilization is more like, Can you even kill the other thing? Because they don't have the concept of
it could be this, could be many ways. Okay, now we are ranting a lot. We're gonna do more. I think we're gonna do more podcasts if you want on these guys, because we love this type of stuff. We just wanted to chime in to this news. This is big news. I mean, only the implication of this being true, that there is truly fucking people on Mars, and there is like people among us which they come from outside. I mean, everything else about your nationality, borders, ethnicity, history, whatever, it's all wiped out. boom, gone. You know, like
In a moment.
in a moment, you're like, okay, let's fucking find out what's going on out there right now. You know, let's talk to each other. This is the most important thing ever, if it's true, of course.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully it's true.
wow,
That would be awesome.
that would be fucking beautiful, really. That just would be beautiful. Let us know if you want to see more of this stuff. You know, we can talk about this forever.
And also a question. It will be interesting, I think, to see for everybody who would like to do that. So they say people are not ready
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment,
If you are
each
ready.
one of you, if you are ready or if you are not.
Or if
So
you're
we
afraid.
yeah.
If your religious
Interesting.
beliefs is keeping you from accepting certain things, because we understand, you know, like we grew up in a Catholic society, of course, very heavily influenced, of course, in the south of Italy. So we understand, and we don't. I understand the value of that doctrine in people's life. So even though I don't ascribe to it anymore, you know, I don't ascribe to it in the way that I just don't believe everything that it's written in the way through the Bible or through any other monotheistic religion or whatever, for the simple reason that we just cannot live in the present by ascribing to vague ideas or doctrines which were conceived by the mind of men of 2000 years ago. Some stuff is good, some stuff it's not. So I just cannot, you know, if God is silent, you know, we cannot just believe in whatever kind of wishful thinking or, you know, it's written somewhere. And I don't mean to be disrespectful for people which do ascribe to that and do believe in that kind of stuff, but I prefer to stand on the personally. I prefer to stand on the side of science, you know, of looking for the truth now. You know, if I've always been curious. Also, I'm not an atheist. Let's say, you know, in the sense that I completely. How do you say, like, separate myself from the idea, or that I completely closed off from the idea that anything like that could happen or could exist. I'm not saying that. I've always been curious, very curious, for instance, about the figure of Jesus. You know, I've been always very curious about that figure, but there is also so much controversy about it. You know, like you know that it's been written about by historians. You know, people have written about him, and then you also always somebody that comes out and say that it's not true, that it's based on other
there may be
prophets.
a lot of prophets
Yeah.
together that they lost the name in history, so they all called it Jesus, and there are many possibilities around that. So
I don't know. You know, like, I'm not incredibly prepared in the matter. I still actually always looking for stuff. There is always opposing voices regarding those figures. There is Mithra. There is, you know, which was basically the Greek prophet. There are other prophet Horus coming before Jesus in the Egyptian culture, in the Egyptian histories. So there's a lot of stuff which they're still, you know, so unexplained. You know, also like Hindu culture is probably the oldest written one, and you know, they're, you know, the Vedas and everything. If you have watched any of those shows, Ancient Aliens or whatever, they speculate every day on the Vedantic scriptures and the Vedas
there was
and all
this
the
kind
gods.
of like space battle
Yeah, the
going
Bhagavad
on.
Gita,
also.
the
There was, like,
gigantic
stuff
battle,
that you think,
yeah.
like, how can they come up with this, like, so long ago? Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, because supposedly also this stuff, it's been written thousands and thousands of years ago. I'm not sure exactly how far ago, like for sure more than 2,000-3,000 years this stuff was written. But apparently it's talking of a time that is way in the past. You know, so it's like, so this stuff, it's been written like 3,000-4,000 years ago or
But they
more.
were talking about that, like, for
But this
Adam.
battle took place, like, I don't know, like, you know, how
5,
many
6, 7
thousands of years before that.
They
So-
could even write. Yeah.
So that's also fascinating to think of that. And there's still probably tons of stuff which haven't been translated, you know what I mean? Like literally, there is not a lot of people that know how to translate cuneiform from Iraq, you know, or from Sumeria or something. So there is so much stuff that it's still
unexplained. Unexplained. Oh, so we have this. We don't know what it means. Yeah.
You know what it's? I mean, this is so fucking beautiful because all the crazy people, all the people which you know, like which they get into this to all kinds of levels. You know, we are still like level-headed. You know, I'm a total nerd, but you know, I still believe in science, and I've never had any encounters, so I still have to give the benefit of the doubt to both things. You know, whether you're pro or not UFO existence, but I lean towards yes. But you know, I never had a personal encounter, so I don't know. But if this is true, it's gonna, you know, all the people which they were like, you know, screaming on the streets, or they were, you know, like telling that they were abducted or whatever, they're gonna go like, I told you, I told you, I've been saying this for 20 years.
What if the aliens come and they're like, okay, now we are in the... we're sorry for all the abduction guys. We were doing that because we want to know how you work. So we apologize to all the names, you know, like all the people who've been abducted. Like, hey,
they make a YouTube video. They make a YouTube video. We are sorry. Our Galactic Federation, we have been abducting people for the past 43 years.
Sorry for the probe in that place. It was necessary, guys.
Because the probing through your rectum, it was necessary because we had to harvest bacteria. Was nothing sexual, was just to try to find out how your body metabolizes food and releases defecating material that is full of bacteria and life, and therefore we could understand about you. Through your manure, through your shit, we understood who you are.
Sorry if we didn't ask before. That could be possible. Yeah.
Would have been awkward. Can you give us a little bit of your shit? Oh man, that's fantastic. Is it still recording? Well, we went all over the place, but well, nice. We did a little like short podcast, 27 minutes. Well, I want to dive deep into this. Tonight I'm gonna go through the whole collection of ancient aliens. I'm gonna like binge watch everything until Sunday, until they come.
And you will call us, hey, you come here, I have some news.
Oh man, this is great. I mean, if it turns out to be like just BS, but I have again, to close this off, I have the sense that those people, you know, when they're getting old, I think they feel you got nothing to lose now.
Yeah, they want to get the weight off their chest, you know.
I mean, myself, you know, if I like any one of us, if you are in contact with so much classified information all your life and you cannot tell anyone, I mean, wow, this stuff is like the biggest thing of existence, you know, like it's like as big as knowing where the hell you go when you're dead. You know what I mean? It's like it's the biggest question of humanity. So to have this burden on you that you know and you cannot tell must be like driving you nuts.
All the proud people on your conscience, you know, like get the poor day.
I can't imagine how you can live like 30 or 40 years long
knowing this and you can just tell anybody.
And I think also, of course, if you're young, you're afraid of the repercussions, you know, because if you have classified information from NASA, from very important agency, if you don't follow the rules, they're probably going to do something to you. They're going to throw you in jail. If you are old and you're very close to the end of your life, you're probably gonna be like, okay, do whatever you want with me. So I already did my thing.
You will also sign some deals that you cannot tell till.
Oh yeah,
you get like 60 or 65 or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes information are classified for a certain period of time, and sometimes it's ridiculously long, like 200 years.
Like what happened, like what happened recently with that footage that CNN also released of the American. Captain, the American pilot that was also on the Joe Rogan podcast, that he described in person the experience of those Tic Tac UFOs they chased, and there were also information of radars which you cannot see in the video. That thing was shot in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. It was released recently or a couple of years, I don't remember, but it was declassified.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And was declassified, so officially declassified, and that's a big deal. So that also makes you
wonder what
makes you
do they have
Yeah.
classified nowadays? Yeah.
I mean, like those. I give you an example. Area 51. Everybody knows the myth. Everybody knows what's his name. What's the other guy? Bob. The other guy that also claimed that he worked in Area 4.
I suck with names. Sometimes I
He
even
was- he
forget
was,
my own name.
He was also on the Joe Rogan podcast. They did the documentary on Netflix. Now the name doesn't come. Anyway, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. But I lost the train of
He
thought.
was the
Yeah.
Area 51 employee.
He was,
employee.
you know, he said
working
there was
for-
another area. It's called S4.
Mm.
You know.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And he also came forward talking about it. No, what I was trying to say, I lost my train of thought there, is that everybody knows Area 51. Anyone knows Bob, but officially, Area 51 was still not declassified, or like that anybody came actually out saying that existed. I think until Obama. I think until Obama,
It was still like a myth.
was still everybody they could see it on there was a map there, but nobody acknowledged officially the American government. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Obama did.
They acknowledged it officially only with Obama. Just to let you understand also perhaps how many things are still like kept under classified information. And
For the classifying, I mean, the 2003 that video we were talking about
Yeah.
from the plane with the tic-tac thing is declassified, and it's only 2003.
Yeah.
So can you imagine like stuff that is like, okay, this has to be classified for 200 years? What do they have, like a video where they drink coffee with the aliens? You know what I mean?
Wow, man. I mean, can you imagine if they release? Sometimes this is a great speculation, but sometimes I wonder if we had visitations in the past, right? Can you imagine like an advanced society which has been traveling for hundreds of thousands of years through the
That's
cosmos?
the famous ancient travelers theory, man.
Can you imagine those people perhaps if they're the same of this galactic federation? Can you imagine if they also have, like, for instance, documents, videos
Of the
like,
old
of 10,000 years ago? Can you
Oh,
imagine
man.
like showing you like how things were made, and they have it? I mean, wow! I'm just thinking of that. That would be the best documentary.
Maybe they're like
series.
studying the planet since millions of years, and you even have like shot of the first, like these pre-dinosaurs, the dinosaurs, animals
Wow.
that they were around,
Wow.
or even before
Well,
the dinosaurs,
yeah,
were like this
maybe-
weird.
Whether that far, but even if it's closer to our 50,000 year history, 100,000 years history, for instance, like that they could show.
They have footage.
Yeah, can
That
you
would be,
imagine
like,
like they show you? It's like,
incredible.
listen, scientists, it's like you're being bickering about how those freaking pyramids were made. Here, this is not CGI. We just recorded
but
with
I
our
wanna say,
73K
Shut up!
camera.
I teach you how to breathe. You know.
It's like the alien comes out like, this is 100K camera. We invented it like 5,000 years ago, 8,000 years, whatever. Like they probably invented 50,000.
We are sorry for the frame rate.
It's too big. It's like we cannot show you footage. You just got to 4K today. You just got to 8K today. We are like at like 200K. You don't have faster computer. We have to wait. We cannot downscale.
Or you're like,
Like,
or you're like 1 terabyte per footage.
Yeah, for a second. Can you imagine? Like, wow. But see, all of these things are possible. Can you like? It has to be possible. If those guys are true, they probably have like footage of Earth, like maybe 5,000 years ago. They can show us like the Maya. Can you imagine? They can show you the pyramid. They can show you maybe like the Roman Empire, like the Exodus or whatever. Wow. That would be like the most viewed TV series ever.
I'll probably die like watching this stuff every day. I will stop even working, do whatever, just to watch like all of this.
I mean, humanity will totally shift from our being self-centered, and also from a humanity of, probably speculating here, of hierarchies and people in power, politics, and people producing for the sake of commerce, for the sake of like businesses, and it will just shift to what we should always have been, like
more like a community
of truth seekers. And I know that sounds like a sort of sci-fi kind of shit, but that's what we should be busy with. We should be busy about our history, our past, finding out where we come from, where we're going, and how we get there by uniting all the resources in just venturing out, because we have the abilities of, we are not bound for whatever reason. I am dumb as a goat, but for whatever reason, human beings have this ability of asking questions, and some people are bright enough that they can send a rocket on the moon or on Mars. And therefore, if we're already at that level, instead of spending time selling the next kind of sneakers, I have nothing against sneakers, but I'm just saying we should invest all our resources in
to find that out.
Yeah, space traveling and all that kind of stuff. That's probably why the aliens are waiting in the first place. They're like, dude,
I know Elon Musk is one of them.
That's
why they send him. That's
sure.
why he wants to go to Mars, man.
I'm sure
the guy
Elon
he
Musk
must be one
he
of
must
them.
be. He looks like an alien. He looks like he was a
Speaks
mistake.
like an alien.
He was. It's like all the time. It's like all the time I have the feeling that Elon Musk, when he's speaking, that he has a little bit of this kind. It feels like he's always sort of toning down
to
his
make
thoughts.
it something that you can understand.
So it's like, he's like always like, how the fuck do I make this simple?
It's like when you explain something to a child, like,
Yeah.
can I explain the child the engine of the car? No, I'm gonna tell like, it's the thing that makes the wheel spin. You know?
It's like he's thinking so fast and he knows so much stuff that he's always there like trying to detune stuff for like the common folk. Like saying,
I'm gonna make them understand this. Okay, guys, easy example.
And again, he sounds like the smartest guy in the room. So yeah, it could be. It could be. Probably they know stuff we don't know. But definitely, like, this will change our approach to life. It will change just the way we think about everything. Trump, do something good in your life. Come on. Reveal. Look at that face.
He knows something.
You
know something, man.
He's the disappointed face of somebody that cannot go to Mars because he lost the elections. You can go, don't worry, we'll buy you the ticket.
He doesn't need us to buy him anything, man.
They probably like do us a favor. It's like, okay, you know what? We'll take him out. Come with us. They're gonna do research on what not to do. Joking aside, we don't want to make this political, but yes, it would be so awesome if anybody will just finally
reveal.
If you know something, let us know.
Yeah, tell us your story. All of a sudden, everybody like, actually in South America, I think in Mexico, I don't know also if in Brazil also, but in Mexico they always had this famous show, UFO show, that they're quite obsessed actually with UFO.
They know something.
OVNI.
They know something we don't know.
How do you say in Spanish? OVNI? OVNI, like it's the the nomenclature for a UFO in Spanish. So guys, yes, I mean, I'm running out of steam here because
we can go on like for hours and hours. I don't think that.
I just wanted those freaking guys to show up. I'm tired, man. Like sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm ready. I've been ready for 35 years. I've been ready. Come on. We're tired of this. We're tired of the next phone, of the next computer, of the next pair of gym shoes, of whatnot. We want some juicy change here that doesn't require the annihilation of the human race because Independence Day alien come to Earth or something,
Can you imagine how sad it will be if all of this is completely untrue? And we are the only little sad alive planet in the whole universe. Yeah, let's not think about it. It's not true.
That would be really like again, it would be an awful waste of space.
Imagine like us always standing outside our window waiting for something that doesn't even exist, which is a possibility. You know?
Yeah, sure, like a trillionth possibility of cells arranging in a certain way. I don't know. I'm just dumb in this way. I have no idea. When I think about, things being infinite, like the universe is infinite. All right. Then if it's infinite, to my basal logic, to my basal argument, is that there must be enough possibilities, because infinite possibilities are available, that things recreate exactly the same way. Even, you know what I mean, like that perhaps there is another me or you somewhere else that is exactly the same, because in an infinite possibilities of cells arranging in a certain way, there must be also a possibility that there is a copy of us.
It's just like with the eyes like this.
like this. That it's not a perfect copy. So yeah, the speculation can go on forever in that way when you start to think of this, or even like the theory of parallel, multiple universe. Wow.
Well, that's like something that he could take like another podcast if people like it, like us to
yeah, it would be nice.
this.
Probably this is the first attempt, so consider it as a little bit of a podcast, ranting and just expressing our fascination with this. We went from this article, we went ranting for 40 minutes or so, but there is definitely so much to talk about. Like we can talk about it in details. You can start to talk about from Pumapunku to Gobekli Tepe. You can talk to Indian ruins underwater, the Antikythera mechanism. There is like a gazillion things. The Piri Reis map, all those things, of course, that I learned researching the book. And also, of course, watching sci-fi and, Ancient Astronaut, Ancient Alien, Eric von Daniken, and all the other people which they're busy with this type of stuff. Graham Hancock, Fingerprints of the Gods, all of those great people which they've devoted their lives to the mystery of, of our past. Yeah. So, guys, let us know. And we're going to call it a quit. How long did we go for?
2 days or something.
As a first podcast, it's actually not so bad. 42 minutes only.
I hope nobody's gonna fall asleep. Oh, not too many people fall asleep. Let us know if you guys want other arguments.
Yes, we can talk alien forever here. Maybe we pique their curiosity. Channel is too small, but you never know. You never know. You never know. The alien might be in Israel right there. He's surfing on YouTube, eating its favorite pretzel. I don't know why he's eating pretzel in Israel. I have no clue. I have no idea.
He's eating pastrami.
Maybe they're doing something. What's kind of famous cake like? Baklava? That's more Greek.
No, that's not.
Do they have baklava?
The only thing I know, I may be wrong. I think they have pastrami. That's the only thing I know about it. Yeah. Everybody thinks he's Italian, but it's not.
He's having that kind of stuff, and he's looking. They're talking of us. That guy. Frank Valkyria.
Let's give him a call.
We leave the phone number below for that.
Yes. Phone number for aliens only.
Aliens line.
Oh man, hotline. We are not talking naughty, okay, aliens?
Yet.
Yeah, don't get strange idea. Only if you are like a beautiful goddess alien, I'm marrying tomorrow. I don't care. See you. I had to hand this thing on the thirsty note. I knew it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Ciao.